Namaste, welcome to UPSC Senpai. Today we'll be looking at the Supreme Court's demonetization verdict. So, to those who don't know, demonetization happened on 8th November of 2016, where the government of India announced that the largest denomination notes of rupees 500 and 1000 were to be demonetized with immediate effect, meaning they ceased to be a legal tender with immediate effect. And what is demonetization means? Demonetization means it's an act of stripping the currency from being a legal tender. It ceases to become a currency unit. Its status as legal tender gets taken away. It's no longer fiat money. On November 8th of 2016, the government announced that from now on, with immediate effect, Prime Minister announced that through a televised announcement, and he announced that from that point onwards, rupees 500 notes and rupees 1000 rupees notes were no longer legal tender. Why was the government doing it? Uh, it's again the discussion around demonetization decision has been huge. Uh, it's a debate that rages till today. There is no conclusive agreement as to whether it worked or not, because it's a polarizing thing. But nonetheless, what we need to look at is why did the government of India took that step. The idea behind that, or the justification behind that decision, was that it was to discourage use of high denomination notes for illegal transactions, thus directly curbing the widespread use of those notes in black money, or in black money transactions, or in hawala transaction, whatever it may be. The idea was that by demonetizing them, we would prevent these high denominations notes being used for illegal activities, including hoarding of black money. The idea was that that is one component of it, to take away the illegal dark corner of black money and the illegal nefarious activities that take place in that world. The second aspect is to increase and encourage a digitization of commercial transactions, formalize a digital structure in economy, in the sense that we introduce more digital transactions. People get to or nudge towards using digital transactions in their day-to life, which would directly boost government taxes, because the leakages would go down significantly, since the transaction when transaction becomes digital, the chances of it being absorbed by some X party or Y party through other means, or fudging the books, will go away. That was the idea. And to a greater extent, given the current scenario in our digital stack, that is Aadhaar, Jandan, and UPI, uh, we are seeing that come to fruition, because day in day out, the number of digital transaction in India has shot up significantly, and we are currently the world leader in a sense in digital transactions, given the demographic of country and the technological challenges that implementation of such a huge project involves. So that was the demonetization story. Coming to the verdict itself, the Supreme Court held the government's decision to demonetize currency notes of 100 and 1000 by a 4-1 majority, meaning it was a 5-bench constitutional bench, and 4 people agreed with the government's decision, and one judge in that constitutional bench had a dissenting view. The majority held that central notification on November 8th was a valid one and satisfies the test of proportionality. I did a short on test of proportionality. If you don't know what test of proportionality is, go and look at that short. I won't go into that here. Go look at that short. It talks about test of proportionality. So, what are the dissenting views and what are the majority views? So, not relevant whether objective achieved or not is not the question here. The question was whether the decision itself stands the test of proportionality laid by the Supreme Court. So the majority of the verdict was given by Justice Nazar, Justice Gaval, Bopanna, and Ramasubramaniam. The dissenting judge was Justice B.V. Nagaratnan. Pause the video here and look at their decisions. But go look at the short to understand test of proportionality. But as far as the Supreme Court is concerned, first, the demonetization verdict passes the proportionality test. Two, it's It's not whether the objective is achieved or not, as long as it is within rules. So the Supreme Court upheld the government's decision to demonetize currency notes of 500 and 1,000 rupees by a 4-1 majority. Hope you have understood. Go look at that shot. Thank you. Namaste. Please do subscribe.